Yeah, Richard. They came. So then I asked Dr. Hamid to talk to them. And then today, asked Dr. Hamid to talk to the so this person is one dean in the university. And yeah, I'm trying to chance here to become I said, okay, I can't do different. But we need to have confirmation that it's not a team. Oh yes, I told I to give the room your room so they can go to the room and then all the things. You can be seated here.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hey, how are you? Oh, you?
Yeah.
Good, good. Yeah, good, 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 good. Good. Sarah,
Yeah, can sit in front. Don't all sit in the back. Front, please. VIP seat here. VIP seat.
they can sit all around because they have screen all over the place.
Oh.
Yeah, okay, okay.
sure can
Yes, sir. Okay, good, good, good. I think one more to tak apa, tak apa. Sama jumpa yang sekarang ni sekarang. Ni dalam video sendiri kan? So you watch boleh. Dan saya punya ni, saya pergi tengok sini. Nampak dia orang. Untuk saya, tak apa lah kalau kami kat sini pun boleh dapat. You coming here? I just for the meeting. I know. So Teresa is supposed to be here. And bring the new students. Okay. And you can get them to also use the session between the tea break later. 10:30 you can get them. Okay. Thanks for that. Yeah. Dan Yes, sir. Thank you. So you will get started. Oh, you. So I need to get back here for both of you. Okay, a very good morning to all of you, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, a couple of them who are already doctors here. Dr. Harvey, Dr. Chen, welcome to this workshop. And I would like to pass on to Dr. Chen to take an address before we start the class. Right?
Good morning.
Good morning.
So,
Cheer up. Cheer up.
So, welcome to the Malaysian University of Science and Technology. Our what we call the PhD, International PhD Research Competency Workshop. And this is about two groups of the students. Number one is for those who are pursue the PhD program with MUSD, and this is the first session. Maybe can you show your hand? We'd like to welcome you. So, put up your hand, please. Okay, welcome. So I will introduce. We have a student from you're from which country? Nigeria. We are from Nigeria, and also we have from India, New Delhi, working in Laos with the United Nations, and we have from Singapore, Sengkor, And don't forget, we have a big group from also from Hanoi. Can you show a hand from Hanoi? Hanoi, you got 3 of them. And the rest show a hand from Ho Chi Minh City. Ho Chi Minh City. So this session is truly an international class. But not only that, we are live streaming to Mauritius, to Sri Lanka, and a few others worldwide. So your picture will be inside. So don't fall asleep.
So you'll be caught.
You'll be caught. Like parliament, you know, like parliament meeting, so you cannot sleep. You get caught. So this is a live streaming. And also another thing is, as usual, in our practice is punctuality is very important. So we mentioned that the break time is let's say 12 to 1. You must come in on time. If not, we will put a donation box here. If you are late by 1 second, it's okay. Box welcome. You donate 10 ringgit into the donation box. But lecturers and the professor also not exemption. If they are late, they drop double, 20. So in order for us to make sure the class run smoothly and also don't let the professor get angry, because the anger will affect the teaching. Okay, so we are very honored to have all the senior, leadership of the university with us here. Professor Dr. Prem Kumar will take through the classes for this few days. We are very honored to have the world-renowned research expert with us here. Give a big applause. And don't forget, we also have the Dean of the MUST Dean of Business School, Dr. Havida Singh. We also have the Dean of the Graduate School, Dr. Reza. And anyone that I missed out? Dr. Chen, sorry. Dr. Chen is also the senior faculty for the MUST, and he can be also your supervisor if you feel that you're comfortable, same frequency with him, you're most welcome to talk to him about becoming your research supervisor. And he is here today to get to know you and also extend his supervisor service. Okay, I think that's all for the time being. For those students who want to make a fees or whatever from the EDS, you can make to this thing. Whatever you have a free time, break time, or lunch time, you can, if you want to carry your cash around, you can pass to him as soon as possible. Okay, so you will enjoy your session here. I'm sure it will be very interesting for the next 4 days. So thank you very much. I will pass the floor to Professor Dr.
Thank you, Dr. Ben. Thank you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so Dr. Ben has taken us to workshop. So you will understand that today's workshop basically it's a joint effort between PES and the national partners. PES and national partners, and together with MUST, we are running. So you will see that we are two set of people here. One is the PES general partner, and the other one is our MUST. So this workshop, normally we don't go more than 20 students. We don't want to go more than that. It's normally the close. So it is basically a hands-on. It is a hands-on. So we don't think like big classroom, like setting up like 40 to 60 students. You can see the setting itself, the table itself, limiting. Okay, so this house. So this is just nice. This size of students just nice to run the class. And before I could get into the details of the class, let me just do a quick check. Okay. Number one, do you make sure that all of you got this file here? Okay. For those of you who have maybe seen the previous workshop and all, you can see that every time we come up with a workshop, we come up with new sets. We don't believe in recycling the notes. We put in a new set of notes and a lot of add-ons. Okay, so that's the first quick check. The second quick check is like what Dr. Ben has just mentioned. Please, a lot of time and very highly required. So unless you have some urgent matters, that's fine. Otherwise, please be here. Okay, the moment you miss one, then you want to catch up the next one, you'll be the lost way. Then you should blame yourself for that. Okay? And for those of you first time walking into this university, you might be wondering what a university, but then it looks like a not real physical university setup like lots and so on. Just let me quickly give you the background. This university was funded by the Malaysian government to work with MIT to focus on masters and PhD. Okay, as you know, MIT is very costly, right? So to work on masters and PhD, and that's why we are very small. We don't intend to be like a big other universities where you have football field, table tennis court, and all these things. No, we are here research based. Our focus, everything is research, research, research. Okay, so we are funded by the government, and that's the reason why our name is Malaysia University of Sciences. If it's a private 100%, then you cannot use the word Malaysia. Because that's control, the country's name, right? So that's the reason why we are called as Malaysia University of Sciences. And I believe that this set of students seated here, you all are very fortunate, very lucky to be the pioneers in building up the research competency. Okay? Our goal is actually to have, by next year, end of next year, to have 200 students of PhD. Next year. I think which is not impossible, which is possible. Because today, if you look at the percentage of postgraduate versus the undergraduate we have 28% already. And we are the highest among the universities in Malaysia, having 28% percentage of postgraduate studies. Our master students, we got about 300 master students. Okay? And our PhD, we got about 60 plus. So getting into 200 is not impossible. And that's why you find that almost every month we are hiring professors in this university. Every month we are bringing in top tier guys to join us. Okay, like Dr. Chen is an industry player. Okay, he's here. Dr. Harvey is an industry player. He's here. And then Dr. Laster. Okay, Prof. Suresh. You can see all we are bringing in almost every month. And indeed, one of the days that we have a workshop is PLS workshop. We have Dr. Iran Manis who will be taking you through the computer-based study in the classroom there. Again, fine. So we are serious about it. So you guys are very lucky because you are pioneers. Okay? Because you're pioneers, you are given a little bit of flexibility. But when you enroll, if any new student coming in January, we will demand more from you. Meaning to say, I'm not talking about money yet. When I say demand more means, before you graduate to become a PhD, you must have minimum 2 publications. Those who join now, you are lucky. Okay? But those who join January onwards, before you finish your paper, your PhD, you must publish 2. Otherwise, you finish your Viva, you clear your Viva, also you cannot get a PhD. That's the agreement we want to sign. I'm sorry. In order to build the quality, in order to build the branding, we have to be, otherwise no fun, we call ourselves, we are MIT of Malaysia. For what? We cannot call a Dr. Man, we cannot do that, right? So that is the requirement we are setting. So this, your batch is okay, fine. But your juniors, no compromise. When they sign for us, you'll tell them, are you okay with this or not? You're okay, you sign. Not okay, don't sign. Don't become obsessed. Let's have a mutual understanding. Okay? But of course, it's not just we put the pressure on the student, but we also have a support mechanism. Don't worry. Don't worry. We are very strong researchers here because who can help you for publication. Who can help your paper to take to international journals. But you have to put effort. Okay? So we also building that competency. Dr. Reza is a very strong guy. He is research also. He is leading the postgraduate school today. Okay? So with that note, I will just get started with your session. Let me brief you what is this session, how it's going to be taken. This is not a training, it's a workshop. Workshop means hands-on. So you need to have your own notebook and all for writing notes and all, and you will have a lot of discussion. The tables are intentionally designed this way for you so that you can have the discussion around table discussion rather than a classroom setting. It's not a classroom, it's around table. Today, you will be introduced to the types of research, problem statement, and research objective and research goals. Tomorrow, you will be introduced to you. I will introduce you to literature review, how to write a literature review. And then the third day will be research design. And then I will also take you through how to write good conclusion and recommendation. Okay? So that's how the thing is designed. And the last day, it is not a 5 days, it's a 4-day session. It's a 4-day session, which will end on Thursday. On Thursday, you will be taken to the lab there by Dr. Iran Manis into the computer lab. And then you will be taken to the analysis side. When you have your data, how do you analyze the data? So we are introducing a new software called PLS software. And that software is very user-friendly, not like SPSS. Very user-friendly. Very user-friendly, and you'll enjoy doing PLS. Okay? And Dr. Ira Manes will also let you know how to enroll yourself for a free software for 1 month. Okay? Register for 1 month until you do your analysis. You don't need to purchase the software. Okay? So that will be 1 whole day. Please, I'm telling you, the PLS software training is very costly in market today. People spend just for 1 day, they spend about $1,000 USD. But here, you come for this research, they give you the package, you also go through that. Okay? So please make sure you really go through and learn that PLS. And later you can introduce to your friends how PLS works. Okay? So that's how we are planning for the day. And then we also have coffee and tea for you. And a little bit of snacks, biscuits. Each time, if you feel boring in my class, my session, and you want to have a coffee, you want to catch a coffee or a tea, please go ahead to the table, catch your coffee or tea, get it to your table. But just make sure you are housekeeping quick. Okay, you can catch the coffee, tea, the biscuits are there. Feel free. It's not that we have a very structured time that this is the time you go have a coffee. Anytime you can get the coffee, tea to your table, and just make sure that the housekeeping is taken care of. All right? I think they also have dustbins, and then after that, just going on. Okay? Now, so we are calibrated, so that's how we are going to work. Any question you have before I could move on to the slides? Any question? Anyone? No? If no question, then let's get started. Let's get started. All right? So optional here is for Dr. Reza, Dr. Fred, and Dr. Harvey. Okay, they are administrators, so they will have something to do on, off. They will walk in and out. Okay, it's optional for them. So I'm going to introduce to you research. Okay, what is research all about? Okay, let's look at the definition of the word research itself. Okay, the word research itself. If you look at the word re and search, you split into two. The word research, re and search, split into two. Put it two pockets. So search means you look for something. Re means you do it again. Yeah? So what research literally means is to say that you are going to look at things again. Somebody have done it somewhere along the line. Maybe 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 50 years. Someone has done it. Now you're going in and looking at it again. That's what it's called re and search. So, the other thing you need to know about research is, it is not something that you like to do at your own way or your own style. Research is something that you have to conduct in a systematic manner. Meaning you say, step by step. You cannot jump the queue. You cannot say from step 1, I go to step 5. No. Oh, because I like to do this way. No. You collect samples. You cannot say, oh, I collect samples, supermarket, outside the door. Because it's easy. You cannot. You cannot do according to what you like. You have to follow a systematic process. You need it step by step. Next, it is also a control thing. Meaning to say, they are guided with a few rules and regulations. Before you could come up and concrete it is said that this particular topic has not been researched, then you must tell according to whom? Who said that? So it is a control. So it is a systematic and control. Okay? And the third one is it is an investigation. It's like a police guy conducting an investigation. So when the police is conducting an investigation, you'll definitely find that the police has a lot of documents they collect, right? Interview session, observation, collecting evidence. If they say there's a murder, they like to see which knife or which dagger they have used for the murder, right? Collecting evidence, right? So this research means it's also an investigation of collecting evidence. That's the reason why, in my experience, I find students are lacking in collecting evidence. They tend to claim a lot of things. Students claim, oh, this is what happened, that is what happened. But when it comes to evidence, lack of evidence. You cannot work with lack of evidence. So you must have evidence. And the third one is a phenomenon. If research is an observation that you put on a situation, the phenomena here refers to a situation that you're looking at. And then, being a PhD student, you are not an authority yet. PhD student is not an authority yet. When you are not an authority, you have to stand with somebody. You have to hold somebody's hand. Now, holding somebody's hand is what we call as holding on to truth. Something that has been proven. So you hold on to the person so that it is guided, well guided. So you need to have a guided by a. Okay, so that is research. Now, if you really understand this one page I put up there, this one page, you really understand this one page, what I'm saying, that it is systematic, it is a controlled environment, it is an investigation, and it's a phenomenon guided by a theory. Perfectly, you will know this. And you won't make this. You know how you are guided. Okay? So that is about research. I'm just putting it in a summary. Okay? Just for you to understand the basic, the fundamental of the work. Okay, now. Then you have the characteristics. Characteristics. When you say someone looks handsome or a lady looks beautiful, there's something that you see in her that she looks beautiful, right? So that is what he called it. Something is called characteristic. When you say a research, you must have some characteristics to say, hey, it is a research. So what are the characteristics? The first characteristic is an empirical. Empirical here refers to you collect a data, fresh data, and you come out and you report. That is called empirical. Normally they say empirical evidence. Meaning to say you go out there, you collect data, fresh data, and you come out and you report. So that's called empirical evidence. That's the first one. First characteristics. The second characteristic is being logical. The way you think, the way you write, it must sound logical. When someone reads it, they must be able to accept it. It's not like talking about something, it has a very high level abstract. It's not an abstract. It must sound logical. If you say you collect data, this is the way that you collect data, it must be logical. If you say, I collected data from manufacturing company, okay, it must sound logical that the manufacturing companies you are referring to a real manufacturing company, not a subcon, or not a logistics driven, or not a secondary activity company. So it must sound logical. The next one is cyclical. What is cyclical? Cyclical means cycle, talking about cycle. Today, Mr. A has researched on something, and then he stops, he report it out. Tomorrow, Mr. B comes in, he can continue from what Mr. A has done, his work, and he can continue and he can again investigate. And then after that, Mr. C comes in, he continues the investigation. So that's what he called. Okay? But each time when people investigate and report out, the outcomes are different. Okay? Then the fourth one is analytical. You like or don't like. You can't say I'm a person who don't like mathematics, so I don't want to touch the SPSS 2. I don't want to have analytical. I'm sorry. You like or don't like. You have to use graphs. You have to use tables. You have to use charts. You like or don't like. You must be analytical. Don't worry. Here we are not asking you to use formulas and calculate and all. No. Today, all the softwares around, their software makes your life very easy. You just need to do interpretation. That's all. You just need to do interpretation. And that also guided. We are here to help you how to do the interpretation. Very easy. Just tell you, okay, this is outcome. Okay, what's the beta setting? What's the R squared? How's the profile alpha? He will help you. This is acceptable, this is not acceptable, to tell you. Then you can, based on that, you can do your right. Replicability, the outcomes that you come up from the research, it can be used in the industry to have the real thing out. Okay? And then the last one is critical. Critical, meaning to say something that is, tough, but then it makes sense. Something that is tough and difficult, but it makes sense. So that's the last characteristic of the research. Now let's get into a little bit detail of those characteristics. Research number one is directed to solve a problem. That's what in research, in chapter 1, we talk about problem statement. We use the word problem statement. Okay? And sometimes students say, hey, I am not investigating on a problem, I don't have a problem. I'm looking at an opportunity. But then why do I need to use the word problem? Sorry, my dear friend. You like or don't like, you still have to use the word problem statement. Or sometimes you don't want to use the word problem statement, you can use the word as research statement. Some students don't want to use the word problem, so you use the word research statement. But the best is still you use the word problem statement. Even if your title, you're going to investigate, it is not a problem, but you still use the word problem. Okay? So research is directed to solve a problem. A problem here can be an industry problem, can be an organizational problem, can be a personal problem, meaning to say an individual problem, like leader's problem. Okay? The second is generates generalization. Research generates generalization. Meaning to say, if I've got an outcome A, okay, I can use this outcome A to a certain extent in country A, B, C, and D. It's not that I come up with an outcome, but I can only use in this company or in this industry or in this sector. I should be at least able to use it in other sectors, other industries, to a certain degree, certain extent, it is acceptable. So that's why you call it is generalization. It is where in your chapter 5, when you write the chapter 5, you must write it in such a way that it is generalized. Don't be specific. Don't be specific. Don't go straight and only talk about a particular sector. In chapter 1, you'll be writing the significance of the research. Who is going to benefit? The significance of the research, one of the things is to the body of knowledge. So that is to generalize. The third is, a research is based on observable experience. The study of qualitative became very famous in early 1990s. Very famous. Many people say, I don't want to do quantitative, let me do qualitative study. Okay? They say, I got experience and I can write a very good qualitative study. Okay? Yes, good qualitative studies are very good. But then don't forget, you need a lot of observation on qualitative studies. So that's why research here equals to observable experience. Okay? And when you take a quantitative study, it's much more easier. It's an empirical evidence. The next one is demands accurate observation. A research demands accurate observation. That's the reason why when we have our analysis in chapter 4, we ask for the standard deviation, the level of accuracy, the level of reliability. How reliable are your outcomes? How good? How much of loading your factors has? Don't worry about all these words. These words you will learn. If you don't know these words, don't worry. Okay, don't get shocked. Think, what is this? Suddenly you use words reliable factor and all these things. Don't worry. This all sounds big, but actually very simple. It's really simple. Some books, when you read, they'll confuse you. They'll say, factor analysis, they'll have to look for all these are very easy. I'll teach you all the techniques, that makes things very easy for you to understand. Okay? So, it demands an observation and description, and then it involves gathering of new data from primary source. There are two things. One is secondary, another one is primary. When you talk about data, you have primary data and then you have secondary data. Secondary data is the data that is available for you, readily available, either in books, proceedings, report, company, financial statements, journals, newspaper. These are all called as secondary, which is readily available. Primary data is the data that are going to well, primary. So in research, we want to see primary data. If you want to report all secondary data, can, but it is not that strong enough. Okay? Some people say it is just exploratory studies. They just want to go take out the secondary data and publish. Okay? Some people write papers saying conceptual paper, right? It is all based on secondary data, no primary data. Okay? That is conceptual paper. Huh? That means concepts based on secondary, no primary. But you as a PhD student, you need to get your primary data. Primary meaning that you need to collect your data. And when you collect data, it must be from a systematic way of collecting data. You cannot just go and collect data as you like. That I'll teach you on the third day, how to get data in a systematic manner. Next, it also requires some form of expertise. Now, that's the reason why this training, we call it as competency. That's the reason why we call this training as a PhD competency workshop. Because here, you need to be an expert. So in order for you to become an expert, so we need to build the competency. So in research, you need to have the competency, the expertise. And then the next one is your research must be very objective. If you say you're only going to investigate on leadership qualities, then you only talk about leadership qualities. You don't talk about leadership roles, responsibility, and so on. If we talk about a third party outsourcing, then you only focus on just only the third party outsourcing. That's what it called as objective. Very objective. Okay? And when you have research being conducted, you must make sure that the activities that you're doing, you cannot get halfway frustrated and then look for shortcuts, this and that. You must be patient enough. Yes, I know. Going through PhD, it is your own individual motivation. There will be time when you find that you don't know what is happening and you'll feel that, am I really seeing some improvement? It's only 6 months being a PhD student, But am I progressing? Yes or no? These are very common things that you will have questions. Okay? Very common. But your supervisor will know whether you are progressing. Yes. That's why you need a guide, someone to guide you. Remember, don't depend so much on your supervisor. The supervisor cannot help you, but he will only guide you. Okay? And each time you fall down, your motivation level goes down. The supervisor is there to tell you, hey, don't worry, you're on the right track. This is what you need to do. Next you do this, next you do this. Okay? So that's where for PhD students, we have supervisors. And for those Vietnam candidates, okay, you will have your supervisor assigned to you by EDS. You'll get your Vietnam supervisor, as well as you have a co-supervisor from us, from our university, who will also look through the process.
And then for those Vietnamese, you can have the option of the select Vietnamese as your supervisor, because easier to learn. Or if you prefer some Vietnamese in proud to have two supervisors from overseas. Not the issue.
Okay? So you're given an option, yeah?
What about non-Vietnamese students?
One supervisor from university. You'll have one, okay, one supervisor, and when it comes to your data analysis and so on, we will have another one who's supervisor who's an expert in data. Because you cannot expect one supervisor to be good at both areas. Yeah? Even me, if I supervise students, when it comes to data analysis, I want it to, even though I know what is data analysis, how it works and all, but I want another expert to look at it. Okay, so that it's like, check and balance between both. Because it is, I don't know about other universities, for our university, we are quite serious about it. We're quite serious about it. So we want to make sure that we get the best things from our PhD. Okay? So for your non-EDS program students, you'll be getting our own supervisor, and also non students, you'll be getting our supervisor. Okay? You'll take you through the process. And for the supervision, appointment of supervision and all, you have to work with your team. Okay, that is Dr. Havinder. And the secretariat to monitor your progress, Dr. Reza. Dr. Reza is the head for the School of Postgraduate. So the School of Postgraduate acts as a secretariat for the PhD. Okay, and your program owner is Dr. Havinder. Okay, so anything, assuming I'm supervising your work and you're not happy with my supervision, you find that I'm not really helping you through, you want to make a complaint, then you have to make a complaint. Okay, now that's the mechanism.
Our focal points.
Huh?
Our focal points.
So your focal point will be Dr. Havi. Yeah. And Dr. Havi has got his assistant for PhD is Dr. Mahfouz. So he has got Dr. Mahfouz who will help him through. And for MBA, he's got another guy. Okay, so for you, I think some of you would have received emails from Dr. Mahfouz. Okay, maybe you want to introduce Dr. Mahfouz later to Dr. Fair, and okay, of course, he as the dean, he won't go into so many things, as he has got his people to take care of PhD and so on. But the ownership of the program is and Dr. Reza will be the secretary, communicating, keeping records, supervision records, progress report records, all by Dr. Reza and his office. Okay? That's how we structure ourselves. Okay? We have got a long plan, long of things to achieve for this program. As we progress, I won't say much. Let's see how far we can go. Okay. One good news is last week Thursday, Saturday, this weekend, Sunday, I received an email from Dr. Luster that our PhD program will be now offered in London. Okay. CLC, City London College. Okay, they are going to offer our PhD program there because we are quite happy seeing our program, which has got an MIT heritage. So in London, they are going to offer our PhD program. So you guys are very fortunate, very, very fortunate, very fortunate. So soon you will see, maybe 1 month time, the website, we will put the City London College website, join the website, and you stand very strong. And for those of you who want to visit, and you can also affiliate it with that city London college, you can also go there to visit them. They are our affiliations. Okay. So I mean, these are all the things that we are working on slowly, and yeah. So we will be there. We'll be there. And I'm also trying to look at something for equipment. So, but it's a long term. Quick gains we are getting here. So if you see Dr. Hamida is not responding to you email very fast, then you know it's very hard. Okay? Because he got a long list of traveling plans that he has to fulfill within the year. Before December, he has to finish visiting Sri Lanka, he has to finish visiting Myanmar, he has to go to Mauritius. So he's got long. So if you happen to see, he's slack 1 or 2 days, then please forgive me, he's traveling. Okay? Long list. Okay? We also look forward for you. Once you finish your PhD and you want to become a faculty member with us, why not? Come, join us, join the team. You'll be a good family. We progress together. Be from you, from Delhi, you want to be with us. Yeah, be a family. And most of us here are here because we are passionate for it. We have the passion for it. We have the love for it. And that's the reason why we are here. Okay, so those are the characteristics of research, and now let's look at the importance of research. Why do we need to have research? Why can't we just offer people PhD just like that, honorary PhD, blah blah blah, and so on? Why do we need someone to do research before we go forward? Okay. Number one, research helps you to improve people's lives, society life. When you have the research, the outcome will help. Okay, especially if you're doing a research that has got to do with something with green, sustainability, blah, blah, blah. So you put them forward here. Okay? Next, improve the instruction. By having research, you find the organization will have a better instruction, better things to do. Like when our university this year somewhere February, the university we decided that we want to go international. So the first thing we did is we did a research. We did a study on how to go international. What are the modes of entering into international market? Okay? Of course, in education, you cannot see everything is fully researched. So we copied a few here, we copied benchmark, best practice, we put together. And then we realized there are options. Offshore program, franchising program, and licensing program. So research helps you to give you instruction of what you've done. The third is, it also helps you, as I said, when you are doing this research, you also should put in your mind that at the end of the day, when I finish my research, can I publish at least one paper? To your own satisfaction, your achievement. Yeah. Last 2 weeks ago, we organized an international conference here. And to my surprise, we thought we would only get about 20 or 30 papers. We got how many papers, Doctor? 72 papers. We got 72 research papers. We thought we would only be getting about 20 or 25 or around papers. 72 papers. And we got a proceeding. We got an ISBN number for that. And if you were to be one of the papers, and some of our PhD students got right, PhD students publish papers, right? Yeah, people like you, they will be published papers. Yeah, and isn't that good? It is your achievement. You can say, hey, I got a paper published. Yeah? You are planning to become a lecturer in your own country, right? Yeah. So when you go into your country to become a lecturer, you carry yourself with all these things. And I'm very sure your dean or your administrator, your principals will be very happy with you. Okay? So that's another importance of going through research. And also it satisfies man's needs. Everyone has got your own needs, your motivational, like what Maslow said, how your needs. So it fulfills. And it reduces the burden of work. You don't need to have to start all over again. You immediately read through the research outcome, you know what to do. People talk to you about the third party, you know what to do. People talk to you about value chain, you know what to do. clear about the measurement, performance, you know what to do. It's already very clear. Last week Saturday, just 2 days ago, we had a convocation for our university. Okay? And maybe later on you can get the convocation book. Dr. Ben, you got a book on it? Okay, you take the graduation book. Okay. We put out one single page in the book. One single page. Talking about the university's plan for 2017. Just one page only. One page. But inside that one page is the real execution plan, everything, including measurement, everything is there. We don't believe in documents of 100 pages document of how to measure a company, how to run a business. No. You just one page, we should be very clear of what we want to do and how we want to measure success. That is how research supports you. Okay? And if any one of you want to work on the research, that one page is beautiful. Okay? That was my own, mental model. How I came out after doing a lot of benchmark, I came out with that one page. You can see, that's very interesting, Dr. Avi.
Ready to be converted.
Yeah. Very simple and easy. Maybe later on I'll try to get you the that and you can look at that. It's really interesting. I spent about 2 weeks doing my research and studies, and then finally I concluded this is what the university should focus on. 5 things. Each area 4 measurements. So 4 times 5, 20 measurements. Enough, done. Okay, I believe in the 80-20. I fully subscribe to the 80-20. And I was trained by Kaplan and Norton in how to do it. So I follow their rule. This is what my gurus taught me. Kaplan and Norton, they are my gurus. They taught me this is what you need to do. Okay? So I follow exactly that. And it makes life, everybody's life easier. No need to go through miserable life reading, 10, 20, 30 pages, and yet you don't know what it's all about. So Dr. Harvey and me, we are revising, review a university strategy plan. Over the weekend, we did, and I also reading through. It's almost 100 pages, right? Yes. For me, I find it like painful. So research helps you. By having the understanding of research, it helps you what you actually want to do. So it takes out the burden of work taken out. Okay? And also, it helps you to deep-seated on certain aspects of the business that you're looking at. Like I told you just now, for me, because of all these research works and my meeting up with my guru and trained by my guru, Kaplan and Norton, I am very strongly, deeply seated on what I know and what I want to do. I know what I'm supposed to do. Okay? And I'm very clear. Come, please come. So I'm very clear what I want to do. So this is what I say. You research will help you. For example, if you are doing the research on supply chain, and after that, once you finish your PhD, people come and talk to you about supply chain, you'll just say, we just put this, that is that, that's it, that. Because you already know what it's all about, right? Yeah. So that is how we work. That's how the research helps. And also, it helps you to improve the exportation of food and product. Like for example, if you're like I know in Vietnam, I purposely put this because I know you have this what you call the Dalat Valley or something like that. In Vietnam, you have the flower thing, right? The valley, the vegetable, right? Yeah. So if you're looking at export, how to get this business across, right? Like how today in Malaysia we are exporting flowers to Japan.